A lovely good morning to my all dear students. My dear children, how are you? I hope that you all are fit and fine with the grace of God. Yes, and your all family members are also good. Yes? Okay. Dear children, I'm getting your homework and that shows that yes, you are doing hard work and you are paying attention towards the class and the content that I am providing you. Yes, and in the online class also you responded very well. So students, I expect the same from you. Dear children, in our previous class, one exercise was left from the previous chapter, isn't it? That was linking verbs. So one exercise was left from there. So first we will do that exercise and then we will move to our today's topic, right? But before we do that exercise, I would like to have a quick recap of the content, right? Dear children, I told you about linking verbs and what did I say? Yes, anybody here? That what do we mean by linking verbs? Yes? Come on. What do we mean by linking verbs? Dear children, linking verb act as a connector. And what does it connect? It connects the subject with words or phrases. Right? It connects with the other words or phrase. And these words or phrase can have the nature of adjective, adverb or noun. Isn't it? And what is the word that we give to this? That is complement. Yes. They are known as complement actually. Alright. And what else we studied? We also studied about true linking verb. Yes. And we came to know about true linking verb that it does not tell you anything about the action verb, but it gives more information about the subject. Yes, this is what we studied about true linking verb. Isn't it? So dear children, I think that this is clear to you now. And now we'll do the exercise. Alright? So everybody, please take your book and keep one pen in your hand so that you can write the answers. Alright? So dear children, we are on page number 41. Okay? This is your page number 41 and exercise C. Right? This is exercise C. So what we have to do here? What we have to do here? Underline the main verbs in the following sentences and state whether they are linking verbs or not, right? What we have to do? We have to do two things here. The one is we have to underline the verbs and then we have to identify whether they are linking verbs or not, right? So what we other words means what? Either linking verb or the action verbs, right? So let's find it out. First is given, Payal appears calm. Got? Payal appears calm. In this case, our subject is Payal. Right? Payal is the subject and Payal appears calm. So this appears tells you about the state of being in which the subject is. Right? Payal is our subject and she is calm. She appears calm. So in this case, appear is the linking verb because it tells you about the state of the subject. Right? Then the next is, he became anxious about working for the first time. He became anxious about working for the first time. Suppose if somebody has joined a new job and it is his first day. So naturally the person will be anxious or the person will be worried about it, right? So this is the same condition. He became anxious. So he is our subject and what he became anxious means worried and all, right? So here became is your linking verb. Next is third, we grew flowers in our garden. So to grow something, growing something, this is your what? An action verb. To plant something, to grow something. So here, grew is verb, but it is not a linking verb. Fourth is, feel the texture of the stone, right? Feel the texture of the stone. In this case, feel is the verb, but this is not a linking verb, right? The fifth one is, they stayed at home, right? They stayed at home. Here, staying is a verb. Which type of verb? Action verb. Because to stay somewhere, this shows an action. This is not a linking verb. So, stayed is a verb but not a linking verb. Next, Charu grew impatient about the delay. Here, Charu is the subject. Grew. Grew is the linking verb. And what? Next, impatient. That is the complement, right? 7. The dress looked beautiful on Meera. The dress looked beautiful on Meera, right? Here, looked is the verb and this is your linking verb, right? Because it again tells about the subject. 8th is, the people stood at the gate waiting to meet their hero. We all are very fond of watching movies, right? And this actor, actress, many people are there, those who are very fond of them. And if they get a chance or any opportunity to see them, they don't want to miss, isn't it? So let's see here. The people stood at the gate waiting to meet their hero. Here, stood is the verb. It's an action verb. It's not a linking verb because standing again is an action. Gaurav tasted the delicious dish. Here you know very well that tasted is your verb, but it is not a linking verb because to taste something is an action. Next is, everyone looked for the lost paper. Everyone looked for the lost paper. Suppose if someone lose something, or you can say you yourself, you lost something, right? Then if you are looking for it, means you are searching for it. Then you are doing an action. Action of searching. Got it? So this is not a linking verb. So students, that was about the exercise, right? And now we'll move to our today's topic, that is the complement, right? So we are on chapter number 7, the complement, right? And page number 42. Page number 42, right? So students, we have already studied about complement in the previous chapter, didn't we? Yes, it is related with the linking verb. So we have already done this thing, right? But let's just have a quick recap again of it. So, you know very well, to make a sentence meaningful, what are the things that we require? We require subject, we require finite verb, and we require object, right? You know very well that we require objects in case of transitive verb. And in case of intransitive verb, we do not require any object. Yeah. And in case of transitive verb, when we require object, so what is that? To complete the predicate part, we require some words, or we require we require phrase. What they are known as? They are known as complement, and they makes the sentence complete. So basically, a complement is a word, phrase, or clause that is required to complete a sentence. Okay, for example, if I say, Om was tired. Who was tired? Om was tired. and Om is our subject, right? So Om. Then I said was tired. So here was is used as linking verb. And what is a complement? Which is the word that we have used to make this sentence complete? That is tired. So Om was tired. Om is subject, was, what is it? Your linking verb, true linking verb. And then what else? Tired. Tired is the complement. That tells you about the state of being. That tells you about the subject. Clear? So I hope the meaning of complement is clear to you. Right? In the previous chapter also I told you about this. Isn't it? So dear children, this complement is maybe of two types. What they are? Let's see. Complement may be of two types, and the first one is subject complement. Right? Subject complement. And the second is object complement. Right? Complement means words or phrase or clause that we require to complete the sentence. And here it is subject complement. So it is but natural that subject complement will tell you about the subject. Right? So let's see what is the function of a subject complement. Okay? A subject complement follows a linking verb first of all. The complement of a linking verb either describes the subject. Yes, everyone please pay attention and please highlight this thing. Please highlight these lines with the yellow highlighter. The complement of a linking verb, first of all, either describes the subject or it gives it another name. Okay? The complement of a linking verb, what it does? Yes, come on, you have already learned this thing. It describes either it describes the subject or it gives another name. Okay? So, therefore it is called the subject complement. Why it is called the subject complement? Because either it describes a subject or it renames the subject. Okay? For example, if I say, I am a teacher. I am a teacher. So here you can see very well that it has renamed the subject. Isn't it? It has renamed the subject. Next is, the weather is perfect for a picnic. When you plan to go out, your parents, they think about the weather first of all. Whether it is good for you people to go out or not. Right? If it is cloudy or it's going to rain, so naturally they don't prefer to go out. So that is, and if you are going for picnic, so naturally you have to look after all these things. So here it describes the subject and that is the weather. Got it? The weather is perfect for a picnic. In this case, we are talking about weather. We are talking about weather, right? And it describes the subject, and subject is weather, right? Now let's see the next. The subject complement may be the following, right? Now, very important. Please underline this. This is very important. The first is a noun or a pronoun. A subject complement may be a noun or pronoun. So what is the function of it? As such, it renames the subject. If the subject complement is a noun or pronoun, then what is the function of it? It renames the subject. Let's see the example. Saturn is a planet. Saturn is a planet. It has renamed the subject. Next is Poonam is an architect. What is the subject here? Poonam. And what is the next word we are using? Architect. So renaming. Next is a predicative adjective that describes the subject. Because we are using it in the predicate part. Subject, predicate, you know very well. So predicative adjective that describes the subject. For example, the children were hungry. The children were hungry. Here, the children. What is this? Subject. What is verb? Verb here. What is the linking verb here? Were is used. What is the complement then? Hungry. The children were hungry. The subject is the children were, true linking verb, and hungry is given. That is the complement, right? The children were hungry. Describing the subject. Subject is the children, right? Next, the coffee tastes excellent. What tastes excellent? The coffee. Here, coffee is the subject. Taste is given here. And what excellent is? Excellent is the complement here. Taste, linking verb, and the coffee, your subject. Okay? Next, a participle. So, subject complement may be used as a participle. So, we know very well participle are of two types. What are they? Present participle and past participle. Present participle we use for ing, means for making the in continuous tense, and past participle when we use ed to make in the past or in the passive. Mother seemed agitated. Mother seemed agitated. Here seemed is used as true linking verb. Mother is subject and agitated. Past participle. Right? Next is an infinitive. Infinitive you know very well. To infinitive or bare infinitive where we use to, and bare infinitive where we don't use to. Right? Next. So here the example is, the child appeared to shudder. The child appeared to shudder. To is used here, so this is to infinitive. Manav's aim is to succeed. Manav. Manav's aim. What is Manav's aim? Is to succeed, to get success. Right? Next is a group of words doing the work of an adjective. A group of words. Right? Until now we have seen that one word is used, but now it is a group of words doing the work of an adjective. Clear? Let's see. The second-hand car was in an excellent condition. So, in an excellent condition. This is a group of words which act as adjective. Clear? Sometimes adjectives we can use one word. She looks beautiful. Like this. Or when we use a group of words to describe something. Right? Next is an adverb or an adverbial. An adverb or adverbial. Let's see. He is at the gate. He is at the gate. Where he is? At the gate. Clear? So this is adverb of place. Where he is at the gate. He is never at home. He is never at home. So your subject complement may be of anyone. Next is a noun clause. Neha's problem is that she will not listen. Neha's problem is that she will not listen. You know that in noun clause we begin with that. So here, that she will not listen. This is your noun clause. So you have to go through this box again, right? Okay. So dear students, I have prepared one PPT also for you, okay, to make the concept more clear. So, and I think that you are going to enjoy that PPT also. So shall we start now? Let's see that. So dear students, let's see this PPT. Alright. And I'm sure that after seeing this PPT, your doubts will be clear. Let's see now. Compliments. Okay, this is our topic, complement. Yes. And see, what are the things that we have to see under complements? And that is your subject complement, object complement, direct objects and indirect objects, right? So these are the things that comes under complements, right? Today what we will see? Today we'll talk about subject complement. Yes, today we'll talk about subject complement, right? Now let's see. Exactly what do we mean by complements, students? Let's see. Complement is a word or phrase that usually come after a be verb such as am, is, are, was and were to make the sense complete. Right? Then sometimes complement comes after certain verbs such as become, turn, look, appear, feel, etc. Okay? Then it completes the meaning in the sentence that we know very well. Yes, it completes the meaning, and then without it the meaning is incomplete, because these may be a word, a phrase or clause that completes the sentence. Yes, so it is very important. So complement is very important to make the sentence complete. Okay, now let's see this. Subject and object complement. All right, subject and object complement, right? So let's see this. A subject complement is a word or phrase that follows a linking verb and identifies or describes the subject of a sentence, right? What it describes or identifies the subject of a sentence. And whereas the object complement, what it does, an object complement is a word that follows the direct object of a sentence and adds more information about the object. Because students, it is subject complement, so naturally it will tell about the subject. And this is object complement, so it will tell you about the object. Yes, this object complement we'll talk later also, right? In our next class we'll talk about the object complement. Today we have to focus about subject complement, right? Now see the next one. Subject complement adds information to the subject. Yes, as I told you that it adds information to the subject or it renames the subject. What does object complement do? Adds information to the direct object because it is related with the object. Next, follows a linking verb, right? It follows a linking verb, and this one follows the direct object. Here, subject complement always occur after a linking verb. An object complement, what does it? Often used with verbs like call, elect, appoint, choose, make and create. Right, students? So this was the difference, right? Let's see the example of subject complement here. Subject complement. Let's see here. This example is the box is a present. On your birthday, you also get gifts, right? The wrapped one. The box is a present. So let's see. In this case, the box is a subject and is, this is your linking verb. A present, this is subject complement. Yes, the box is a present. Right? Or present tells you more about the box. Yes, it identifies the subject. Next is the box smells funny. Here, the box, this is your subject. Smells is linking verb. And what is the subject complement here? Funny. It describes about the subject. Right? It describes about the box. So this is funny here is used as subject complement. Alright. So I hope students this PPT is clear. The content is covered here. Today we studied about complement. We studied about the meaning of the complement. Yes. This was our today's content. We studied about the definition of complement. Yes. Then we saw about subject complement. Yeah. And what else? We saw the examples of subject complement. Alright. So I think students the content is very much clear to you. And now what we have to do? We have to do the exercises. Okay. So let's do it. Now I'm sure that after watching this video, the concept of the complement is very much clear to you. Yes. Now you must have understood about the subject complement very well, right? So let's do this exercise now. We are on page number 43 and we have to do the exercise A and B, right? So let's start with exercise A. Here, underline the subject complement and write what kind it is. You have to underline the subject complement, and we know very well that subject complement, what is the function of subject complement? Subject complement either describes the subject or it renames the subject. Now let's see the first one. Karthik seemed rather upset. Karthik seemed rather upset. So here you have to underline rather upset. And what is this? What kind it is? This is your adjective describing the subject. Yes, adjective describing the subject here because it describes the subject. Subject is Karthik and what it describes? Seemed rather upset. Okay. The next. Om is a kind-hearted soul. Om is a kind-hearted soul. Here you have to underline a kind-hearted soul and this is your noun phrase. Okay. Next, Geeta's fear is that she will have a terrible journey. Right? So here you can easily find that and this is very simple also. You can easily find that you have to underline that she will have a terrible journey and this is your noun clause, right? Now fourth, the captain of the team is in the field. Yes, come on, any guess here? This is very simple, come on, find it out. You have to underline in the field and this is your adverb phrase. In the field means where? In the field. Okay, so this is your adverb phrase. Now let's move. Fifth one. Why are you always so late? Why are you always so late? You have to underline here always so late and this is adverb phrase. Always. Always. When do we use always? Come on. Always means what? Which type of adverb is this? This is always comes in frequency. Why are you always late? This is your adverb phrase. 6. His anger is justified. His anger is justified. Here, justified, it is used here. So this is a participle. It is used as a participle. 7th is, on hearing the good news, I felt lighter than air. Right? When you get some good news, you are waiting for the announcement of your result and you came first in your class, or you scored very good position in your class or in the school. So naturally, you will feel lighter than air. Now this is, you have to underline lighter than air, and this is adjective describing the subject. Okay. Next, his courage and determination are inspiring. His courage and determination are inspiring. So this is a participle. You have to underline inspiring. This is a participle. Which participle? ING, present participle. Next is, ninth is, Mansi always seems to be afraid. You can see that to is used here. To be afraid, you have to underline. And what it is? This is your, yes, very good, an infinitive. Correct. The next is, it appears that we were wrong. So you have to underline here what? Yes, any guess? Come on, do it now. It is very easy. Yes. You have to underline that we were wrong. That we were wrong. And this is noun clause. Okay, I hope students you have done this exercise A. Let's move to exercise B now. Okay, and this is, complete the following sentences with appropriate subject complements. So you have to, what you have to do here? You have to use appropriate subject complement. So I hope everyone, you are on exercise B and we are on the first part. This is Radha is dash. Radha is, you can add anything of your wish also. You can write. So this is Radha is an artist or anything else. Second is Manoj became a football coach. Okay. The old man appeared cheerful. Okay. Cheerful. Write down the spelling. Cheerful. Or if you find any other suitable complement, you can add that also. Next is, clouds appeared and the sky grew what? Grew what? Yes, come on. Grew what? Grew dark. Okay. The next is, as the teacher scolded Prerna, she seemed nervous, or you can say frightened. Yes. Nervous, frightened, any one you can write. Next is, my hobby is, that you can write of your choice also. My hobby is to play basketball, or you can write badminton or any other, or cricket, anything of your choice. Okay. The new house looked beautiful. Yes. Next, 8th. Tony hasn't turned up yet. I'm growing impatient or nervous. Right? What you can say? Impatient. Impatient or nervous or anything. Next, after she won the first prize, Anu appeared delighted. Right? Anu appeared delighted. Yes. The next is, the traffic in Mumbai is terrible. But nowadays I think we all are facing a lot of problem due to this traffic. So the traffic in Mumbai is terrible. Alright. So dear students, this was about your exercise A and B. Right. So I hope you will go through all this content very well, and you will revise the exercises and the content that I have given you. Yes? And I'm sure that you must have enjoyed the PPT also. Yes? So please keep on revising the lesson so that it will be very easy for you. Okay? So dear students, in the next class, we'll continue. Okay? So till that time, stay home and thanks for watching.